الله الرحمن الرحيم سبح اسم ربك الأعلى الذي خلق فسوى والذي قدر فهدى والذي أخرج المرعى فجعله غثاء أحوى.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين. Okay, a few clarifications. First of all, about the loan. Inshallah, we are going to discuss about the loan more. Sayyidi Sistani has this concept that loan, if you borrow money, where is my money? Let's consider this money. Okay, you borrowed this money from the bank. Okay, now you used it. You purchased house, mortgage, car, all on installments. Nowadays, everything is on installments. So this money is, you spent 100,000 euros or kroners in buying a house. So now your house is there. At the end of the year, you have a saving of 100,000 kroner. Only that, none other. So the house is there, the money is there. So he says this money, you don't have to pay the khums of it. Why? Because this is equivalent to the loan you did borrow. For your living needs, this is a very important condition. Many people, they have taken it black and white. Any loan? No, not any loan. For your needs. That's number one. So the loan taken for your need, if you have the equivalent amount available from your income, you don't have to pay the khums of it. Why? Because this is not yours. You are going to give it to the person or the organization or the bank or the whatsoever. This is not your money, because you need to give it back. The house is yours now and you are living in it. So it's for living. So there's no khums on the living. You stayed in the same year you purchased. So now this money here, let me put this money back here. So this money, so Sayyid al-Khuy Quddus as-Sirruh used to say, you pay the khums of it this year. If you don't pay the khums of it, if you save it for next year, you purchase this house for a money you got it from bank or loan or personal. So you got a loan, okay, for your living expenses, house, car, something you need, not extra house, not extra car. Sayyid Sistani Damadullah made it very clear, for your needs and necessities like living, because that's the only thing which is excluded in the hadith of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. You can only exclude that and then pay the khums of the remaining. So the rule of thumb is pay khums of whatever income you have, except for four things. Meher, dowry, there's no khums on it. If the woman gets a dowry, even if the husband has not paid the khums, it is his responsibility. The wife got new income, that new income after 1 year, she doesn't have to pay the khums. Or the inheritance money, you got mirath, there is no khums on it. Okay, even if your father did not pay khums, you don't have to pay khums on your share. But from the capital, from the total inherited amount, you pay the khums to relieve your father. But let's say now you got your share, so you are the owner of your share. After 1 year, do you have to pay the khums of yours? No, there's no khums on the meher. We mentioned the conditions previously. Go back to those sessions. So number one, meher. Number two, inheritance. Number three, khums paid money. Al-mukhammas la yukhammas. You paid the khums. You don't have to pay again and again and again to that specific khums paid amount. Okay. And number four is an exceptional case, which is the income you get, khums becomes obligated on it. That's rule of thumb. So now you want to pay now, or you pay later on, but the khums is obligated. But here the Sharia said no problem. You can use Though khums is wajib, you got like your salary 1,000 euro. Okay, khums is wajib, but Sharia tells you you can wait. Use it in your family living, necessities, needs. At the end of the year, whatever is remaining, you pay the khums of it. I have given you permission to use the amount before you pay the khums of it. So that is an exemption. So these are the only 4 exemptions we have. Otherwise, everything you get, you pay the khums of it. So this is for the living expenses. The exemption is for the needs and necessity, not extra. As I mentioned yesterday, if you have a car, you want another car, just Lamborghini or whatsoever, no, you pay the khums of that because you don't need that car. You already have a car according to your status. So now this is the exception part. Now this is something as another thing, that if you buy a house, you get a loan. At the end of the year, this majority of the fuqaha, they have this ruling. At the end of the year, you have the money to pay off the loan. Equal 100,000 euros, 100,000 euro in your hand. So other maraja, they say either you pay the loan, either you pay the loan of this house, so no khums this year, or you keep it for the next year, you save it, then you will have to pay the khums of it. Sayyid Sistani Damadullah here says no, you don't have to pay the khums of it. Okay, because this money is not yours. As long as it was for living, 2 conditions: living expenses, house, and the money was equivalent. Yes, if you had 110,000, 10,000 you pay the khums of it if it was your saving. But 100,000 saving is not yours, it is someone else's. So there's no khums on something which you do not own, because there is a liability on your shoulder, 100,000 euros liability. So this is 100,000 now available. He said, no, this is not yours, there's no khums on it. This is clear. So now we come to the misconception. So where misconception happens? People, they get business loan and they apply this rule. No. Only for the living. You need a car, you need furniture, you need to renovate the house, you need these kind of things which are needs of your family needs. Medical expenses, these are needs. So if you take loan for these things, then the money available at the end of the year from your income, saving, if saving is equal to this amount of loan you got, no khums. So misconception number 1, business loans, no. Either you pay the khums this year, or and keep it for next year whenever, or you pay the loan. So business loans, same year, pay the loan or pay the, what they say, pay the khums. One of the same year, you took the loan, now you have the savings. So you purchase an office. You purchase an office for 100,000 euro. You have 100,000 euro remaining. Pay the khums of it, okay, and keep it, or pay your debt and gone. So no business loan, number 1. Number 2 misconception, the issue of the bank. Okay, now I'm going to show you the clip because there's a confusion. It's better to show you where did the confusion came. So it's about the loan. Any loan. So there was a clarification from the office of Ayatollah Sistani that not any loan, because the loans which you get from the non-Muslim banks, when in majority case we are living in a non-Muslim country, non-Muslim bank, it is not considered loan, religious loan, because the system is different. The system is different. Now you clarify how is the system different. That's a different long topic. So just take now from me, the system is different. So now Sayyidi Sistani says, since the system is different, then that is not considered a loan religiously, so that you are taking the money, okay, on for yourself. And then what about paying it back? They're dragging the money away from you back again. So anyhow, so now here the clarification was, I hope this is clear. Yes. So I'm going to read the istifta. Assalamu alaikum. So ruling number 1231 in the last updated version says that the exemption of the annual incomes is whatever is equivalent to the loan. Remember our loan, equivalent to the loan. Okay. Whatever you took the loan, you purchased a house, and then you have the money available. ما يقابل دينه الذي صرفه لمؤونته, used for living expenses. If he does not have entire loan money, let's say he has 50,000, or let's say 100,000 exact. So then the question is, هل هذا يعني أن يشتري دارا بقرض لا يجب عليه الخمس? Let me just go to the answer. He says, does it apply on the banks? And he took the money and he justified or adjusted the system, and it was not with the intention of qard. It was not in the intention of loan. And he knows that the bank is going to consider it loan. Whether you consider or not, bank is going to consider loan. So these are the few questions. So he says in the answer, بل يجب عليه الخمس في هذه السورة. Why? Because the intention was not made for the qard. Your intention was not qard. Because he says, هل ينطبق الحكم نفسه فيما إذا أخذ المبلغ من البنك بقصد الاقتراض. So number one question was, هل هذا يعني أن من يشتري دارا بقرض لا يجب عليه الخمس ما دام لم يسدد تمام ذلك القرض وإن توفر له خلال ذلك الأرباح تزيد على قيمة القرض. He says, even if he has money, as long as he has loan, khums is not wajib on him. Even if there was more than that. Obviously, this is a misconception also. It's not. It's equal to the amount of qard. He says, ليس كذلك بل يجب عليه الخمس في هذه السورة. He says, explanation, أنه إذا فرض أن زيدا اشترى دارا لسكناه ولم تكن تزيد على شأنه. The house was according to his status, not he built a palace with the loan and then he says that, oh, this is equal to the money, I don't have to pay the khums. He said, دارا لسكناه ولم تكن تزيد على شأنه. It was not beyond his status, beyond his social status, the community status, whatever. وكان الثمن $300,000. It was $300,000. واقترض لذلك من البنك $200,000. So he took a loan. This is Sayyidi Sistani explaining. He took a loan $200,000 for 25 years. Every year he pays $10,000 for the original amount and the interest which is taken from him unwillingly. And so therefore, in this case, ففي هذه الحالة إذا فرض أن زيدا كان لديه في الأعوام الأربعة الأولى من بدء سكناه في الدار ما يزيد على سائر مؤونته بمقدار $200,000 لا يتعلق الخمس بهذا المقدار. So he says, after from his income, like this, all these 4 years passed, in this income he gets, it was equivalent to his living expenses. And at the end of the year, his saving was not more than 200,000. You see the words? فرضاً كان لديه في الأعوام الأربعة, 4 past years, from the day he stayed in the house ما يزيد على سائر مؤونته بمقدار $200,000. $200,000 were extra from his living expenses. لا يتعلق الخمس بهذا المقدار. Khums will not be obligated on this amount. وإن كان لا يدفع منها للبنك خلال السنوات الأربعة. Even he does not pay in the last 4 years. He did not pay. So the money was there available. So he paid only 40,000 from 200,000. Okay. But there was saving more than 40,000. 10,000, 10,000, 10,000 paid. But the saving was more. Saving was 200,000. He says that's fine. He doesn't have to pay khums of it. ما يزيد على سائر مؤونته بمقدار $200,000. So he had لا يتعلق الخمس بهذا المقدار. Khums is not wajib on this. وإن كان لا يدفع منها للبنك خلال السنوات الأربع إلا بمقدار $40,000. He doesn't pay more than $40,000 in these last 4 years. That's fine. وأما بدءا من العام الخامس فلا بد من أن يخمس ما يزيد على مؤونته من أرباحه. So, but from the next year أي ليس له أن يدفع مبلغ 160,000 وهو بقية دينه. So he doesn't have to pay the khums of 160, not 200. Why? Because 40,000 has been already loan paid. 40,000 is gone. So now the loan is 160. So ليس عليه أن يدفع مبلغ 160,000. From the coming years, 160,000 euros or dollars are left. وهو بقية دينه للبنك. And that is the remaining loan for the bank. من أرباح العام الخامس, from the 5th year and the 6th year and so on. So the more you pay, the more you deduct the amount exempt from khums. Okay, what was the second question? Second question was هل ينطبق على هذا الحكم فيما قد تسلم المبلغ الذي دفع ثمن الدار من بعض البنوك الربوية ولكن قبضه تخلصا من فعل الحرام. Does this apply to some of those banks which are usury banks? Banks, they use interest, the haram interest, okay, conditional interest. However, he managed to take it, adjusting the loan, like reconciliation with the religious authority, how to take it. He take it not with the intention of qard al-rabawi, interest loan. He did not take with that intention of haram interest loan. He took it with the intention of using that money with the permission of the religious authority, and he knows that the bank is going to take the money back and the interest as well. So in the second scenario, does it apply on this case where the intention was not qard? The intention was not qard. So the question asks about the intention. He says, إذا كان البنك حكوميا, if the bank was government bank, أو كان رأس ماله يعود إلى غير المسلمين, or if the capital of the bank was a non-Muslim capital. We have different system, okay, who do not consider this loan, interest-free loan, interest loan haram. They have different aqidah, they have different belief. لم يكن له استثناء ما يطالبه, okay, because he did not take with the intention of qard, he cannot exempt 160,000 remaining, or from the beginning of the year 200,000 remaining from his khums. This is clear. لم يكن له استثناء ما يطالبه بالبنك من أرباح السنوية على النهج المذكور. The way you mention, okay, he cannot. Why? The intention was not the intention of loan. The intention was what? The intention of using the money with the permission of religious authority. وإنما لا خمس عليه في خصوص ما يسدده. So only the amount exempt will be whatever you pay this year, ruling of Sayyid al-Khoury. Whatever you pay this year, that's exempt. you can't, whatever you don't pay, you have to pay the khums of it. So that's the difference when you take the intention of qard and when you take the intention of permission of the religious authority and reconciliation. Okay, so they say then why should we not take the intention of qard? Okay, the thing is that it's haram. So you will take haram, but then you will be exempt from your khums. But if you do it halal way, then you have to pay the khums. So that is your test between dunya and akhirat. Either you take the dunya or either you take the akhirat. It's not a choice, but if you think it's a choice, then that's up to you. Let's go to the section number 3. Section number 3. هل ينطبق الحكم نفسه فيما إذا أخذ المبلغ من البنك بقصد الاقتراض الربوي? What if he takes the loan with the intention of the loan, interest loan? Okay. He says if the intention was loan, then it's exempt. يجري في أصل القرض. Okay. That means the intent, if he takes with the intention of loan without reconciliation, so obviously the khums is exempt because the intention was loan and not adjusting because its system is different communication. So he bypassed the marja'. He committed haram, but now he's exempt from khums. Now many people, they don't know about this haram, halal. Many people, they don't have intention of haram. You see, that the idea of haram is not in their mind. So they took the qard. They might have some way of adjusting it, but the intention was not the intention of qard. وَإِنْ كَانَ آثِمًا, even though he would be considered a sinner by taking the qard. Okay, آثِمًا باقتراضه الربوي إذا كان عالما بالحكم. If he was knowledgeable, and he had committed a sin, if he was knowledgeable, he took it with the intention of qard al-ribawi, interested loan in a different system, not managed by Muslim adjusting, okay, then he has committed haram. However, the money which he took would be as long as it's qard now, haram, but the saving equivalent to the amount of the house, 200,000 is an example, or 160,000 after 4 years, will be exempt. So it says al-hukm al-mutaqaddim fil jawab wahid. What is jawab wahid? Number 1, the same exemption. Ruling of exemption is explained in ruling number 1. الحكم المتقدم في الجواب واحد يجري في أصل الفرض وإن كان آثما, even though he has committed a sin, باقتراضه الربوي, due to his taking loan, interest loan with interest, as long as he was knowledgeable of the forbidden prohibition, knowledge, he had the knowledge about prohibition of the إن كان عالما بالحكم. Okay. So this is now the clarification. What was your intention? So if your intention was you had justified the loan with the reconciliation with the religious authority, you have to pay the khums. If not, you just took it, you committed haram, you did not know, ask Allah's forgiveness, but there will be no khums on it, on the amount saving equivalent to the qard which is taken for the living. Let's go to the fourth one. Fourth question was, هل ينطبق الحكم المذكور فيما إذا لم يكن المكلف صاحب مهنة أو عمل كطالب والمتعاقد? Is the rule different if a person, a responsible person was not, who has a job or has a work, he was like a student or somebody who has a temporary contract, like freelance kind of thing. Sometimes he has job, sometimes he doesn't have. Let's see the answer. He says, Naam. Yes, there is a difference. Aqsal Amr, the highest issue here is the major difference here is أنه يحسب لكل ربح سنة مستقلة. فإذا خرجت عن الدار فإذا خرجنا عن الدار عن كونها مسكنا له التخميس مسكنا له قبل مضي عام كامل على ما حصل عليه من ربح لا يزيد على ما بذمته من دين الثمن من دين لثمن الدار لم يحكم باستثنائه من التخميس. So he says the maximum difference we can get here is that every income, because he doesn't have a regular income, sometimes he gets job, sometimes he doesn't get job, so he has an intermittent income. Sometimes he might not have any job, or he is now studying for 6-7 months, so he can't take any jobs, so his job is not regular, his income is not regular. So أقصى الأمر أنه يحسب لكل ربح سنته. So each income he will have individual annual payday, comps payday. Like this month he got 10,000 euro, then there's nothing. So from this month till same month next year, it will be his year. So the only thing is the calculation method of the year. Is his year like the regular people who have regular income, they have one comps payday. But this guy has several comps paydays, which is whenever he gets income, that's his comps payday. Let's say your husband was happy with you, he gave you 10,000 euro once and for all. So if you have loan, you have to do this kind of calculation. If you have loan. نعم أقصى الأمر أنه يحسب لكل, because we are talking about the loan context. Not that, oh, what will we do? Like every day I have to, every month. No, if you have regular income, it doesn't matter high, low, like businessmen. Sometimes you don't have, sometimes you have, but you have a regular capital of investment, budget, everything. But this guy, like a wife or like a student, he gets sometimes his dad is happy, he gives him money. His dad is sad, doesn't give him money. So it depends. And sometimes 6-7 months, he will not have anything. So he doesn't have a regular income. So whenever he gets income and he has loan, his comps payday will be according to the day he gets the income. That's the difference in the comps. Otherwise, if in general, if he doesn't have a loan like that, he can, because we're talking about the exemption here. When should a person exempt? So if you don't have a loan, you can keep it like one day in the year, and you can calculate all your remainings. So here he says أقصى الأمر, the main difference here is he will account, or he will consider for every income in his year independently. فإذا خرجنا الدار. I don't know the writing. Sometimes the writer of Sayyidi Sistani, sometimes he's in rush when he's ending, especially the writing changes. فإذا خرجنا الدار or خرجت الدار. So خرجت, because it has to be 2 dots, because it's a female. إذا خرجت الدار, if the house was out of عن كونها مسكنا له قبل مضي عام كامل على ما حصل عليه من ربح. So if the house was not his living, like his living expenses, before 1 year, so he got his money, 10,000 euro, he has a loan. So from now till the end of this 10,000 euro, the end of the year passing over this 10,000 euro, مسكنا له قبل مضي عام كامل على ما حصل عليه من ربح لا يزيد على ما بذمته من دين ثمن الدار لم يحكم باستثنائه من التخميس. Okay, so in this case, if it was not above, the money he got in the 1 year was not above the loan equivalent to the cost of the house, then لم يحكم, it will not be ruled باستثنائه من التخميس. So it will not be exempt from the khums. That means you have to pay the khums. If you are not going to pay the loan, then you have to pay the khums. So this is number 4, who doesn't have a regular income, and he says لا يزيد على ما بذمتي. It is not, does not exceed. That means same ruling. So the difference here is that the khums is not exempt. من دين لا يزيد ما بذمتي من دين لثمن الدار. It does not exceed. It is less. لم يحكم باستثنائه من التخميس. So it will not be ruled that he is exempted from paying the khums of it. So either you pay the loan or either you pay the khums. نعم. Ruling number 5 and last in this. هل يمكن للمكلف الذي استدان لمؤونة في سنة سابقة أو قبل عدة سنين أن يستثني مقدار ما تبقى من ذلك الدين في ذمته من أرباح السنة الحالية في غير مورد دار السكنة? Okay, so can a person apply the same rule for non-house issue? Because the example was a living house for living. So anything which was for living expenses, but not a house for living, can he apply that rule? So he says, نعم. Yes, why not? إذا كان مثل دار السكنة مؤونة له, if it was similar to the house for living, it was for his living expenses, living needs, anything, medical expenses, educational expenses, loan, education loan, this one, anything which he needs for living. Car, أيضا كالسيارة الشخصية, such as personal car. والله العالم, and God is the most knowledgeable. And then this was 9 Rajab from Office of Ayatollah Al-Udma Sayyid Ali Sistani bin Najaf al-Ashraf. So this is number 1. And then for further clarification, this was asked about the bank in the Western. So again, he said نعم هم المقصود لكن في الحال قصد الاقتراض. Okay, so بل في حال أخذ المال بعنوان الاستنقاذ فلا يكون قرضا. So he divides. There is an intention of قرض and there is intention of استنقاذ or being a different system. So بل في حال أخذ المال بعنوان الاستنقاذ فلا يكون قرضا. It will not be counted as a loan. So this is something which I wanted to clarify the confusion which happened last time, that the intention counts. Was your intention the intention of qard when you took a loan, mortgage or car on installment, or you took a loan from the bank? If your intention was intention of qard, loan, then you have committed haram. Okay, because the system is different. It needs the taking of the money needs to be managed. There's a management process. So you bypassed the process. You committed haram. Now, if you did not know that you have to do that process, Allah Ghafurur Rahim. So, but when your intention was intention of qard, then you have the exemption. That means if you have the amount of the qard equivalent to your house, you will not need to pay the qard, even if it stays for years, as long as you don't have other than this. If you have more than this, you have to pay the khums of that extra. But if it is equivalent, no khums. So for the living expenses, qard, and the intention was intention of qard. But if the intention was managed, you made it halal, but now you have to pay the khums for the amount extra. I don't know why people are running away from khums, but it is something. Yes, whatever is right. You are paying 20%, sometimes 25%. So you have the right to be concerned because it brings shortage in your living. But let there be this kind of intention. Ya Allah, whatever I have to pay, I'll pay. Whatever I don't have to pay, I will not pay. So that's fine. I mean, that's fine to be concerned, but not to be like too much trying to fight to defend the right. And sometimes people, they become so sensitive. No, oh, this is, calm down, calm down. Whatever you pay is obligated, is going to come back to you in multiplication. The 12th Imam is more generous than you. Okay, so if you are stingy and miserly, keep shouting and, no, how can this be? How can that be? Then he is generous than you. He will give you back your money. Don't worry about it. Many people, they have experience. Okay, the more you give, the more you get. If you don't get in this world, you get in the Akhirah. So this is part one of our session. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين.
Allahumma